Now then, welcome back to another episode on DYSTOPIA³. Today we are just doing a few finishing touches to a few bits and pieces, making a few bits and pieces around the place, and that'll probably do for that. Yeah. A load of golden carrots. Let's go and check out over at Sento's. We have lots to do still to the missile factory. And those sheep really did take it out of me a bit, so I've taken it upon myself to carry on this project and disregard all personal safety for these sheep. And at 15, that may be enough. Let's see, get rid of that. Right, so I am going back over to the secret location, so I'm going to turn off my mini-map, and you will experience for the first time the epicness of the missile silo. Da 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 da. And when it loads up, it'll be awesome. Look at this. Couple of quarries out. All of this sandstone laid. Man, living in a desert, you get lots of sand. I've been clearing the sand out of the desert, and I've been setting up this place ready for the missile silo. It's all hidden below ground at the minute, so nobody can see where it is. And this is all half slabs. Yeah, I did it. I did it. Takes me ages to do it, but I did it. And now I've got to do some lighting for it as well, but I'll do that some other time. And this is the access point to my system. Let's check out the system. Yeah, we've got a few more quarries running, and I think one of the quarries may have broken into a ravine or an abandoned mine shaft or something, because we've got a few bits and pieces in here that you wouldn't normally see. A couple of chests, some saddles and the like. Yeah, so we've got all that coming into the system. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I haven't changed much here. I've tested out what glass might look like, and to be honest, I don't like the look of it. Glass just does not seem to be doing it for me, so I'm planning on taking all this back out again, just by using my new silk toucher picker, and just putting in something like steps and maybe moving the machines forwards so all the wiring is behind them, but you can see the machines from the front. Smash, 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 beat, beat, beat. Yes, give me that, and give me that, please. Thank you. So today we are going to be busy putting some more touches towards this mechanics and all that. But first, I'm thinking of repositioning some of these machines, and that may be my first goal. So I may now change my design idea to be something like that. So the machines are along here, and maybe just stick the on-off switches right on them, and then have all the wiring coming in, so I've got below, above, to the sides and to the back all available to me. Below can be power, because the power's directly under here. I don't know. I will mess around with the idea of the bay being like this, so that it's a walkway down through it all, and then I'll get back to you and see what we come up with. I'm not going to add any new machines just yet, though, but I am going to try and arrange them a little bit better along this wall, because the glass just doesn't look right for me. I don't like it, so I'm going to forget that bit. But I want to get a bit further ahead on the project, so I will rip those out, move them around a bit, and get back to you in just a second. Alrighty then, guys, here we are. Welcome back. I've done this row down here and changed it up a bit around here. Done a little bit of prettifying and moving all these machines forwards. They're still doing the same things as they've been doing so far. We have this guy here putting cobblestone into the pulverizer to make sand. So we're always doing that. So we'll take this lever off now. I may as well just let it carry on. It's just going to continuously make sand for us. And the sand is for TNT. We've got a recipe that makes gunpowder, which is in an earlier episode. and that is going to be always crafted by this precision export bus and put into the export interface here. So both the sand and the gunpowder is being made and put into this block here and put back into the AE system. Everything we need to make TNT so far. In here we're processing iron ore, constantly processing iron ore, but I've got this setup rigged so that iron ore goes to the right and to the left. So the pulverized iron is going to the left and going out to the right, and the spare material, the byproduct, only goes to the right. So the byproduct goes into the interface, whereas the pulverized iron that we want goes into the powered furnace this direction. Look, comes in from there. But it also, because there's a chance that pulverized iron will go out that way, if this is full already, then this machine will send it out that way into the interface. We've got this set up so that if there's any in the system, it will try and send it back into the powered furnace from the top. And then all the iron ingots that get made, which will be a constant production, go out to the left-hand side into this interface. And this interface just eats it up and puts it back into the system. So now we've got the components we need for TNT, and we've got our iron. Now, iron makes steel dust with a bit of coal. So we've got that always crafting down into there. But I've currently got this machine switched off because I want to limit the amount of steel that I make. This basically is a powered furnace that receives the steel dust and cooks it up and sends it out to the right into this interface. So we've got iron ingots and steel ingots going into the same interface. Okay? Simples. I think it's simples. And then we can cover up all those wires like so. And that ends up being what the place is going to look like as we're walking down, which I think looks okay. Now this, I need to get rid of this lever there. I need to get rid of it because I don't want it there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a level emitter on here. So the level emitter, what that's going to do is for steel to come into, steel dust to be put into the machine, i.e. this says always craft steel dust. We're going to set it to active with a signal. Okay, might change it to active without a signal, but active with a signal. Let's do it without a signal and see if that works. So active without a signal. So at the minute this is giving a signal off, which will deactivate that, which means that that won't craft. When this has a level emitter, it will emit a redstone signal when levels are above a limit. So when the level of, let's say we put steel, when the level of steel is above, let's say 2 stacks, when I've got more than 2 stacks of steel in the system, it will emit a redstone signal. That redstone signal is aimed at this here. If that receives a redstone signal, it will not be active. It will only be active when it doesn't have a redstone signal. So this will not craft any steel dust or put any steel dust into this furnace unless we fall below 2 stacks of steel ingots. Now 2 stacks is a very small amount. At the minute I've got 5,000 steel ingots in the system, and we're going to need quite a lot. So I'm going to have a buffer of 4,000 steel ingots in the system, emits a redstone signal. So 4,001 steel ingots, it will stop producing steel. It will stop making steel dust, and that will stop the powered furnace from producing steel. So now we can get rid of this lever and allow that just to carry on processing the steel. And so long as we've got more than 4,000 steel in our system, it won't try and make any more. It'll just cook what it's got left in the furnace at the time, so we'll have 4,000 and something in there. So a quick check just to see that that's working, because the principle of this works for many things. Now 5,000 there, so let's say if I've got more than 5,000, it's going to be 4,000. Don't worry, I'm not changing it. I'm changing it to show you. So this is currently 4,000. Let's make it 5,000. Okay, so if it's got more than 5,000, then it will redstone signal. So let's take out a stack and another stack. and another stack. Now it's less than 4,000. You'll see that the steel dust was being created there. However, we're out of coal at the minute, so it won't make any more steel dust until there's more coal coming in from the quarries. So now, because we have less than 5,000, that redstone signal has gone off because we've got less than 5,000. Which means now that this will make steel dust and cook steel dust as best it can to get back up to the level we want. Now I'm going to change that back down to 4,000 because that's my buffer zone, and it'll start emitting the signal again to stop crafting steel dust, which means all the coal will stay nicely in the system. So anyway, this is all working nicely at the moment. But we want to set up the next stage in development. So now we're making the steel dust, that's cool. We're making the iron, that's cool. And we can make the TNT. I think I was going to put that into this here. So we want to always craft TNT into there. So every chance it gets, it's going to craft TNT and put it into there. But once again, I don't want it to always craft TNT because I've got over 1,000 at the minute. So that's what we're going to set up. We're going to set it up to stop when it gets to 1,000. We're going to do the same thing again. So this guy here is crafting the TNT. So we put another level emitter on that one. And now we're going to set it up to active without a signal. And we're going to set this so it knows that when TNT is over 1,000, emit a redstone signal and stop it making any more TNT. So when I've got more than 1,000 TNT, it will stop crafting TNT. Yeah? So at the minute, those two will be stopping the production just the way I want it to. As soon as the levels drop below, it'll start making more steel and start making more TNT. So the further down the chain we go when we're using these items, the things will slow down. Now on to the next stage. So the next thing on my list of things to do is to sort out all the copper ore. So let's go and see if we've got any copper ore in the system for now. We'll grab that. Copper ore, copper ore, copper ore, gold ore, copper ore. There we go. Let's grab some copper ore. Now the copper ore will be processed around about here because I could furnace it in there when there's no steel being produced. So we'll do that. Now this can go there, bring some power up to it, like so. Nice and simple. And we'll have the pulverizer here sat on there, and we'll tell that to export the copper into that. So well, let's just see if there's anything. Let's turn that off for a bit. All off. Yeah. Nothing going out of anywhere. Right, we want the input to be on the side there, and we'll pop that out there. And we're going to use a basic export bus. If I've got any left, yes I have. Good, good. A basic export bus. No, that was an import bus. Basic import, no, basic export. There we go. I've only got 2 left though, because I'm using quite a few of these. Pop that on the top there. Okay, so that export bus is going to always put copper ore into that pulverizer. Always. It's just going to keep filling it up. But at the minute, we haven't set anything up for the copper to go anywhere. Now, the copper needs cooking. So I can send it to the furnace here. And then this furnace will come alive and receive from this side here. And that'll start receiving the copper and start cooking it and sending copper ingots that way. Copper and steel ingots will both go that way. Unless I've got too much steel, in which case it will stop filling up with steel and blah blah blah. Which pretty much means that I need another something on this side of it. So give it a second one. There's gold there, you see. So a byproduct is going to be gold. And I think I probably want to process some gold because, let's have a look at the mod. ICBM, I keep getting that wrong, ICBM. Some of these different types of explosives, let's have a look across the top here. Nuclear. we're not going to get any of that. Okay. EMP, redstone, batteries. Yeah, we're probably not going to do those. Endothermic is incendiary, which is a load of that stuff. Cool. Anti-gravitational. Yep. Ender eyes. These explosive sonics are going to need bronze and note blocks require redstone, blah de blah. These rejuvenations require gold and clocks, so there's some gold in there. These guys require all sorts. And these condensed explosives will be sorted out that way. Okay, so I may as well process the gold while I'm at it. So the spare gold from here can go into another furnace, which I've got here, another powered furnace. And I think that's probably good to go right here next to us. Let's get these out of the way. And I think I'll probably take that one out there and let it be connected up that way. That'll do. Okay, so we'll put this down here like that. Bring that up here to give it another power supply. We'll pop that there, and then we'll pop these back where they were, like so. Now this guy is going to receive from that side and from the top, and it's going to export everything it makes into that side, which is going to be an interface from the system. So the AE system receives everything that comes into it, and our basic export bus, this one here, is going to sit processing all of the gold ore that we get. So, well, this pulverizer is actually dealing with a copper ore because we want to make the most of our copper. Not really that worried about how much gold we make. So I may be a bit wasteful here. Oh, that's glass. Gold, thank you. So I may be a little bit wasteful here because I'm not going to pulverize the gold first, but it's just another process that I don't necessarily need. So from here we're going to output the bottom area into the furnace next to us, which is gold, pulverized gold. So while there's gold in the system, it will go that way, and this will then throw any gold ore it's got in the system down into that, which will mean a constant flow of gold coming back into the system and popping into this interface to the left. Once it's got rid of all this gold and it's got rid of all this gold dust, it will stop working. Once it's on top of itself, once it's caught up with the backlog that we've currently got of gold, should be good to go. Now, also, because I don't need that much, I think I might send some gold back to base. I don't think I've set that up yet. No. So we've got uranium, ferrous, osmium, tin. The uranium, yeah, I might make nukes, but we'll save that for now. So again, we've got the system running nicely down here, and now we've got the copper being created. So copper is another important part for the whole process. So that's the next thing that we're going to work on, is getting those circuit boards sorted out, and also the fuel supply. This is getting ready to be put the final bit of feed in to get those bits going, so we're going to get that done. Just going to pop up there and put the feeding stations in. I'm still going to be manually putting the wheat in for now, but that's not a big deal. And those ones were all done, and those ones were all done. So let's get these done. Put the feed station there. That one there. That one there. That one there. And all the way up to the top. I'm just going to finish these ones off, guys. I'm just going to put enough feed stations in for all of them now and top them all up with wheat so we get some sheep farming going on while we're sorting out the next stage, which is using the wool. I think I'll probably also hook up the AE system to the wool as well. So I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, so this has got a basic setup here. This storage bus is set up to only store wool in this chest. So I'll have to come and manually take everything out of it that comes from the sheep drops, or the you know, the normal sort of things that sheep carry, like pistols and grenades and shields and things like that. And so it glitched. That's what I don't like about it. Nah. So it will only let the AE system store wool in there, but it'll always have that as a storage location for wool, so it can access it anytime it wants. And we just cover up all the wiring down here, so I don't fall through the hole. And now you should be able to see that we've got all of that wool in there. Let's put that gold back in as well. All of that wool is in there now. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. That's awesome. So let's put the other thing back. We made too many feed stations earlier, really. Doesn't matter though. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. Now we need to do something with the wool and that. So we need to get some more crafting recipes done. So this is sort of like episode cut, because I need to go back to CentOS, and I don't want to show you the coordinates. I'm going to put in the recipe for, let's see, the missile module. There we go, basic circuits. I'm going to put in the recipe for this copper wire. Now I've got copper and I've got wool available. I can make this copper wire, and also missile module. There we go. Also, we can make these steel plates out of steel. So I'm going to go and get those two and put them in this assembly chamber right here. Alright then, so we have now got set up in the AE auto crafting all of the bits to make TNT, the things to make steel dust. I've put in this, which is 4 steel ingots, and this, which is our copper wire, which is the wool and the copper ingots. And then we've got the copper wire there, the steel plate there, and some redstone makes a circuit. And the circuit makes the missile module with a couple of steel ingots and a fuel bucket. Now, I haven't really got time this episode to go into the fuel bucket thing, but I will set it up between episodes and show you how it works at the start of the next episode. It is very, very simple, though. Very, very simple. And what we're going to do here, did I have anything here that goes through? No, I've got nothing going into here yet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have another precision export bus going in here. Precision export bus, right? And this precision export bus is going to craft steel plates. We're going to make it so it always crafts items. We're going to craft steel plates. I'm going to put some sort of restriction on it as well, maybe in the future. But for now, I'm pretty sure that all steel plates are going to need crafting as often as possible. And then we're going to put another something on somewhere. So without a signal, with that, we don't want too many steel. Hey, Slimy, how you doing? How are you today? You're going to fap all day long, aren't you? Get out of my sight. Give me that. Thank you. Put that on there. Make that steel plates. So when we've got more than... I don't want to make a lot of steel plates because I don't want to use a lot of steel. So when, let's say, I've got more than 20 steel plates in the system, i.e. it's not making any more basic circuits, then the light will go on. So it will auto-craft these without a signal. When it's got a signal, it will stop crafting them. So it should start crafting those for us. And I'll put these little bits and pieces away as well. Let's have a look. Okay, so put that back, put those in there, put those in there, put the copper in there, redstone in there, that basic circuit in there, blah de blah de blah, and that sulfur in there. Okay, so now we should see some steel plates being crafted because it knows the recipe and we've got loads and loads of steel. Why aren't we? Let's go and find out. It's another one of those issues, maybe. Let's have a look. So it's active without a signal. It will craft steel plates and put them into that export bus. This has currently got full because I have not connected it up, you see. So because this is not connected to the AE system in this way, it's not extracting any of this. So if we quickly take these out, it will start making those very rapidly. Yeah, so we don't want that. So let's put some of those in the way. So it's going to have a stack in there. All I have to do is make some more of these wires, cables, and just run the cables down like I have here to connect that up to the main system. And then all of this will get put into the system as it needs to. At the minute I've just trapped it, tricked it, and sorted it out that way. But as you can see, I was making lots of steel plates as soon as I took an inventory slot free for it. And pop those steel in there. Now it should put a light on because I've got more than 20 steel plates, so it should just stop making it. Yeah, there we go, look. So now it should stop making steel plates, so when I take those out it shouldn't make any more. Yep, there we go, that's good. All the gold's producing nicely. I need to go make some more cables over at Centos. Oh dear me. So that is that bit. The other thing I wanted to do, as that might be the end of the episode bit, I want to make something else autocraft over here, but I need a bit more room, so I don't know whether I've got enough room. I need another one of these switches going on in here, and if I'm bringing an AE cable up through here, then I could have a level emitter going up into another place and put my wall here, because this is the end of a section. So I need a wire going down, that's for sure, so we'll mark that out. That's going to go there. And this is a deep dark hole. Awesome. Put those in there. And pop that there. Okay, so it's coming out here. I'm going to have my precision export bus going into... That's an import bus. Precision export bus going into there like that. And I'm going to have a level emitter which I could put on there like that. So that works, okay. And we want that to be set up to produce the basic circuits themselves. So let's go and grab a basic circuit, because it's going to produce everything we need. As soon as we start giving it fuel buckets, it will start making these basic circuits from everything. Oh, the other thing is the copper wire, yes. So maybe we should do the copper wire bit first. I don't think I can fit another make me on here. And I can't get out here anymore. So let's put copper wires in there. And let's tell it copper wires. If I've got more than 10 copper wires, emit a redstone signal. If it goes for the craft items and activate only without a signal, it'll start crafting copper wires. There we go. So if I take some of those out, it'll just keep crafting them for me and putting them into the system. So if I put those back into the system, it will turn off, and there's the copper wire and the steel plates all ready to go to make the basic circuits. And these basic circuits... No, that just did that. That's it. Right, these basic circuits. So I'm making steel plates and I'm making copper wire, but I'm not making excessive amounts of it using all the materials up I get. I'm going to give myself a threshold to say stop making them when you've got too many, because that obviously means I'm not making a basic circuit. Now the basic circuits and the missile modules will have the steel and the fuel. So next episode we'll go down basic circuits and fuel, and we'll also manufacture the basic explosives, which are condensed explosives. Redstone TNT makes condensed explosives, which goes into all of the missile types to make virtually everything has some condensed explosives in them, like that, you see. So that will then give us the opportunity to import items into the system further down the chain to make all the types of missiles in the game, and I'll just be able to mass produce what missiles I want when I want, and this production system should, in theory, keep up with it all. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm pretty pleased with all that. If I've got more than 10 copper wire, emit a signal. If I've got more than 20 steel plates, actually make that 10 steel plates. That way there's 10 of each. Emit a signal. Yeah, I think we're pretty good there. Then we're good to go. I'm liking the design a bit, so I'm going to put another doorway at the end here. Now we've finished with that production section. And I'm also planning on moving these around a bit so that I've got more access to send stuff back to base, because I've still got stuff excess coming in from the quarries. Stuff that I don't really want from the quarries that's coming in. Excess stock of things that I don't want, like these bars and stuff. I've just taken them from the sheep over here. I don't want them. Speaking of sheep, why are you giving me so much wool? I see, some of them are glitching through the walls still. Could be worse, I suppose. Could be worse. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching another exciting episode of me derping around trying to figure out my missile factory. In the next episode, we are going to finish it up and get on with managing other things. But when that's finished, then I'm going all secretive again, because the missile silo out there needs to be set up with all of the power supplies and everything. So I'm going to do a fair bit of crafting and working stuff out ready for next episode, and then I will build a few bits and pieces here and there and let you see what the end result is at the end of the day. So until then, I will see you next episode.